Hello, my name is Ebenezer Obafonle from Virtual Graphic Design School, and in this tutorial I just want to take you to how to understand the CorelDraw user interface. And the user interface is very important because that's what allows you to know how to interact with CorelDraw as an application so that you can design whatever you want to do. And I'll just start by launching the CorelDraw app. The shortcut is on my desktop already. If you don't have it, you can come to Start, come to All Programs, you come to CorelDraw folder, then you launch this. You launch this CorelDraw X7. So I'm launching it from there, and don't forget you can always launch it from the shortcut on your desktop also. So let's wait for the app to load. It's preparing the interface for us, and that's exactly what we want to learn about. It's almost done. Now the interface is ready. So this is just all we want to talk about. All you are seeing on your screen now, all basically is what we want to talk about. The first thing on CorelDraw is this bar, and this bar that we have before us is the title bar. This is the title bar, and what's this one telling us? It's just telling us the application we are using, and we are on the welcome screen. And also we see here, this is the minimize button, this is the maximize button, this is the close button, just the way we are used to seeing application on Windows. So, and when you look at the welcome screen is just telling us that we are on the welcome screen, like I said before. But if you have a document already open that you are working with, you don't see the welcome screen. All you will see is the name of the document that you are working with, if saved, or if unsaved you will see untitled. Next, I'll go to the next one. The next bar here is called the menu bar. The menu bar, this is where I'm talking about. The menu bar contains some drop-down menu from File to Windows and Help. You see the first one under File is New Document, which allows you to create a new document or a new file. This is the new from template. If you want to create document from a template, existing CorelDraw template, here we have open. Open allows you to open existing work that you have done, previously done work. You can see this is my folder, the last folder I used to save my work that I did. So you can always open, and you can press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-O for open. Then open recent allows you to see the last few works you did in CorelDraw. So these are the list for mine. Now we can see that some menus, some options are not displayed here. Why? We have options like close all, save as, and all that. We cannot see them right now. Why is that? We don't have any work done. We don't have any document currently opened or that we are working with. That's why we are not seeing that. There we see acquire image. You want to acquire image, you want to import image to CorelDraw. This allows you to do it, but you can't do that now, and the reason is just the same thing like I said earlier. You don't have any document where you can place the image. Then you search content. If you want to search content online, you can always search for them. And if you want to exit, you press this command, the exit command, or you press F4 keyboard, alternate key and F4 on your keyboard. So the next one is the tool. We have some tools. You can customize CorelDraw. How CorelDraw works, you can customize it, customize the workspace, the way you view your user interface. That can be done. So I'll come to the next one. You can still see some options, customizations, save settings as default. You can manage your color. This is very important. It allows you to manage color, the primary mode of your work, depending on on where you want to use the work when you are done. Okay. You also have the windows. We have the way you view your windows, the cascade, the new window, the refresh window, the close window, close all. Why are these disabled? They are disabled because we don't have any window or any work currently ongoing. So we have the Docker also. We have the Docker. We have workspace, how you want your workspace to look. This allows you, if I select the light, it changes something. It will change. It will take a while to load, and you have to wait for that time. So you see the interface I'm having here, something is going to change depending on what you select under the workspace. But basically it is good we have it as a default, but because we have selected the light, it is trying to reorganize. CorelDraw is trying to reorganize the interface, or what we can see on the screen for us. So it will take a while, and I think I will need to pause this video for that to load. Okay, it's up now. You can see some things actually change. Not too obvious, but with time, when you work with it, when you come closer to CorelDraw, you'll be able to see the effect of what we have done. Okay, so I'm leaving in at light to change, to save our time. So other things are also here. We have the toolbar, those toolbar and things, how we customize some other things we are going to see. We have the welcome screen, which is where we had now. This is the welcome screen, and that's why it was showing here. So that's why it is showing here, pardon. So we continue. We see the Docker. You see some of these you will understand later, so because I'll still be going there. So also we have the help. The help options are here. You can find help about the product, find help from the welcome screen, video tutorials online, and the quick start guide, and many of those options you still have left. So the next one I want to talk about is this bar down. And this is, we call this one the standard toolbar. The standard bar. This is the standard bar. The standard bar just contains some commands, and that's what I've tried to highlight. The first command here is the new document command. New document command allows you to create a new work, just to say, or so to say, sorry. So this here comes with the dialog box for the new document command. You enter the name of your document, you select what you are targeting, what you want to use the work for. Is it, you do want to use it on the web, you want to use it or as a default RGB. The default RGB is always good when you want to use the work you are preparing on mobile phones or handheld devices. So we have other CorelDraw default, we have some other options. Then you can always select the size. The size, is it A4, is it A5, is it A3, and all of that. There are many here. If you are trying to work for if you are trying to do a business card, you can always select, and these are the options on the size. Then you can customize your size. We have the unit at which you want your work to be done. Is it in centimeter, is it in inches, millimeter, picas, points, pixels, feet, yards, miles, kilometer, meters, and all of that. You can select the unit. At default, mine here is in centimeter, so you select the dimension of the weight, the dimension of the height. You want it in portrait or in landscape, or you can always select the option here. This one control the orientation of your page or your work area. Okay, now how many number of pages this allows you. Do I want to have 2 pages of this dimension? Do I want to have just one or more than 2? You can always specify. CorelDraw will give you that. This is the color mode. You can always select your color mode. We have the RGB. The color mode tends to tell you about how your color will be formed. Basically the RGB comprises of red, green, and blue. The red, green, and blue are the basic colors that will generate other colors, and this is the mode that mobile devices or handheld devices use. So if you are trying to work to target handheld devices, go for RGB. But if you want to do a printing, what you are targeting, the work you want to do, you are going to do, you don't want to share it on mobile devices, you go for CMYK. CMYK basically comprises of cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So K is for black, and C and other things you have there. So basically the 4 colors will control any number or any other colors you want to use. Those colors will be used to generate it. And if you want to go for mobile, if your work is for mobile and you go for CMYK, you are going to lose some color. Some color will be done the wrong way. So it is good you select RGB if you intend to share your work on the phone or other handheld devices. And we also have the rendering resolution. The rendering resolution comprises the number of how your work will be seen when zoomed. The higher the resolution, the higher the rate at which your work can be zoomed before it becomes loosey, or before people will not be able to see it. Do you understand? So I will still explain more about that when we go into the work. So I want to go away I want to go away from this one. You can have your enhanced view. This one controls how your work is viewed, and it minimizes the rate at which the resources of your computer is used. Do you understand? So it how you will see more of those later, but at default it is always an enhanced. So I will cancel. So the next one here is open. We have seen that under file here that we came to before. So you can always click open to open the location of your computer where your works are, or where you want to view works from. And the next one is not enabled. This is save command, this is the print command, not enabled. This cut command, this copy command, and this paste command. This undo allows you to undo any mistake or anything you've done that you want to bring back. Okay, the redo lets you go a step forward, while undo allows you to go a step backward in any operation you have done. And this is the search content that we have seen on file before. So it allows us to search, and we have another command here which is import. You want to bring something into CorelDraw, you can also select Ctrl I. Then you want to export is Ctrl E. You want to publish your work to PDF. This is it. This is the command that controls that. And here you want to control your zoom level. At default is at 100%, but if you want to make it bigger, you go above 100, and you want to make it lower, you come below 100. Now we also have other commands. Full screen, we have the show ruler, we have the show grid, we have the snap, the show guide, sorry, we have the snap to. The snap to is here, and we also have the welcome screen. We have the option Ctrl J. You want to customize your workspace, you want to customize the preferences, you want to control it, and you can also launch. This is the application launcher. Application launcher is a good tool that allows you to call in other Corel applications instead of going back to your start menu here and coming to the Corel folder. Application launcher allows you to just launch other application right here within CorelDraw. So that's the standard toolbar. The standard toolbar just comprises of some commands that CorelDraw feels are the basic needs of every user. So that's that. So I'll come to the next one. The next one I have before me is this bar, and the bar here, this is it. So what's this called? This bar is called the standard bar. The standard bar is an interactive bar. What do I mean? It changes. It is dynamic. What you see depends on what you have currently selected. What you see on the property bar depends on what you have currently selected. For things are not enabled, you are going to get that. For instance, if I decide to create a new document, I'm creating a new document. Let's ignore this. I just want to give it first work. I'll click OK. So you can see the property bar is now coming. What are you currently seeing? What you are currently seeing is the property of a page, the page I've just created. The property we saw in the dialog box for new document that we saw the other time. So for instance, the first property is the size, the page size, which is A4 that I selected. Then the next property is the dimension of the page, the width first and the height next. So you can always control it. You can control it if you want to change the size or the dimension. You can do that. Now we also have the orientation. See, this is also the property of a page. Currently is in landscape. I can select it to portrait, and you see this is it. So these are the property. And what's this doing? All pages is at default selected. What does that mean? What all pages allows me to do is that if I want to create another page, if I want to enter another page here, if this is what is selected, when I enter another page, that page will be given the same dimension that this page is having, the same dimension. I cannot customize, I cannot disrupt or alter that. So but when I select this one allows me to give this one maybe 21 by 29.7 in dimension, and I can go to the next page. I can say 5 by 7 centimeter in dimension. I can go to the third page if I want to insert it and say 10 by 10 in dimension. So when I select this one, this is what I permit that, but this guy will not permit that. It will always make the dimension of your page to be even or true. Do we understand that? Okay, the next one is the unit. The next one is unit. Unit is the unit we selected when we were opening CorelDraw, centimeter. You can always change that here. Picas, point, pixels, centimeter, kilometer, meters, feet, yards, depending on what you want. So you can always select it anytime. If I want to change to feet now, all I need to do is to select the feet. And note, the dimension changes. The unit changes in the dimension. So that is that. So the reason why, one other reason why I told you that the property bar is very dynamic is that if I come to any tool now and I try to draw, something, you will see the property we are saying here has changed. It has changed. The property, the items you are seeing here now belongs are the attribute of the item currently selected. So if I select my pick tool and I come and click on the page again, you see the property still changes. And if I come back and select this item, you see the property has changes. This is now giving me information about this ellipse. This ellipse are telling me that the width, the outline is 0.5 points, and the rotation or the angle, the rotation is, the starting edges and ending angles is 90 degree, and the rotation is 0, and it's also telling me the location, the x and y axis on which the object is located. This is that telling me the location of it on the axis. So it is very dynamic and a very good bar we need to understand very well. Property bar is essential. For every tool you select, the property bar will always change. For every tool you select, the property bar will change. So when you select any tool, you should always watch out on the property bar. It will allow you to do things dynamically. So the next thing I'm coming to, the next bar I'm coming to is this bar. This bar allows it. This is the tab for every document you've opened. This is the tab. So always watch on this guy. This is where you select the work you are doing. Anytime you open another work, you'll see another tab. Okay, if I select this now, you see another one coming up. So when I want to close it, all you just need is to come here and close it. But the plus button here allows you to create a new document. All right, so I will need to come down to this area. And show you what is here. So the first thing here is this bar I want to talk about. This bar, we call this the status bar. The status bar, what will it do for you? It will just give you the status of the work or object you are working on. So this is what I have selected now. You can see, and the status bar is telling me ellipse on layer 1. Ellipse on layer 1. So this is an ellipse. The status bar is telling me that, and it is on layer 1. You will understand more of layer, so just hold on for that. It is also telling me the location of the ellipse, of the ellipse. So when you look at that, they are just information about it. So when you look here, you see it's telling me some color. It's giving me the color information of that ellipse. This is the fill color. It's telling me none. And why is it none? The fill color is the color that is within the shape. For instance, if I select yellow, you see this yellow is now the fill color, and the black is the outline color. So you see this color has changes to yellow, telling me the fill color is yellow, and it is giving me the hexadecimal information of that color, and also the RGB information of the color. So also you see the outline. This is the outline color. The outline color is telling me that I have black, which is 000060 hexadecimal code, and I also have the RGB. The R is 0, the green is 0, the blue is 0. So that is what makes up black in the color formation. So that is status bar. Status bar also changes according to object you have selected. For instance, if I click on the page, you see the information has changed. So anywhere my cursor is, the status bar will be showing the information about my cursor. Just watch here as I move my cursor, you see. So it is also very dynamic depending on what you're using. So I want to navigate down here, up here, and you see this is just your page information. This bar gives you information about your page. So for instance, now I have page 1 of 1 in view. I have just one page, and from that page I'm in the first page. That's just page 1 of 1. That's what it means. But if I want to add another page, I can always click this plus and this little sheet of paper. I have created another page. Just for clarity's sake, I'll create a little rectangle here and I give it color red. So I come back to my pick 2. Now see, you can see it's showing me page 2 of 2. What does that mean? This is page 2, this page 1. But where I am currently, you can see this is showing little gray and this is is white. This place is fully white. So it's telling me the current page I am viewing is page 2 of 2 pages. So that is that. You can click on next. You can come, if you want to come to previous, you just come to previous. But if you want to go to the last, you always select this button. Maybe we have 3 pages or more than up to 10 pages. When you come to this previous, it allows you to come to the first page. Now that is that on that. You can always rename your page also. I can come here now and right click and say rename page and I can call it rectangle as a rectangle page. Okay, when I'm done, I press OK, and it will be given a new name. So that is that. So I hope you understand that. So I'll come to my right hand side. The right hand side, the first thing here is this guy. This guy is the int tool. Int tool gives you int about every tool you are using. You can always watch this one. It will tell you the tools, how it can be used, and what it can be used for. So the int tool, this is actually the Docker. This is the Docker. When you want to hide it, you can click here, and when you want to view it, you can select any menu you want to see in view. So the current menu I'm viewing now is the object properties. And don't forget, when I was introducing you to this side before, to the file menu under Windows come to Dockers, and I told you I'll be telling you something about it before. This is the Docker. This menu allows you to control what you see in the Docker that we just left. So anything selected here, firstly, what we see selected is object properties, and this is the object properties here. It is shown here. And another thing is the ints, and this why you are seeing hints. If I decide that I want to see my object manager, all I need to do is just to click on it, and the object manager, you can see, has been added here. So that's how to control your Docker. The Docker is very important too, and more of that I'm going to share with you. So I leave there, I'm going away. We can always hide our Docker by clicking here. So when we want to view it, you select it back. So the next thing here is my color palette. The color palette comprises of colors, not all colors, but the standard color that CorelDraw feels we need in time. So that's what they put here. This is not all the colors we have. These are the colors we have is just more than this. The color we have are much more than this. So you can always select color here, pick any color you want, select any color. If the color I'm seeing here is not what I want, then I click this little arrow. This little arrow permits me to get more color, but this is the default color palette. That is what I mean. So if I want to give this another color, I can always come here, after selecting it, then I come and select yellow if that is what I want. So I can always select it. So we're done with the color palette. So the last one, another great one, is the toolbar. The toolbar, you know, everybody have a tool. Teachers have their pen, they have the marker. A carpenter, we have his hammer, we have his nail. But the toolbar, For CorelDraw has its own tool, and it comprises where we can find the tool is the toolbar, and the toolbar is just where I am from here down here, down here. So these are the toolbar. So you can always use the toolbar to create anything you want to create. You can use it to, the first tool is just the pick tool, and the next one is the shape tool, the next one is the crop tool, the next one is the freehand tool, the next one is the rectangle tool, and every tool, every name of each tool tells you or inform you about what they do. So you come to the ellipse tool. This is the ellipse tool. We have the text tool, we have the shadow tool or effect tool, we have the transparency tool, we have the eyedropper tool, we have the interactive fill tool, we have the smart fill tool. And yeah, what's this? Is this a tool? No, but this plus allows you to customize your tool. If you still want to see additional tools, you can always come to select the plus and you see more tools here. CorelDraw have a whole lot of tools, so you can always come back here and you still do something, guys. And yeah, this place, you see this empty space, what's it for? You can see this whole large space. Is it for what? No, this for you. It allows you to draw. This is just your workspace. This is your canvas. This is where you draw. You can draw as much as possible on this empty space. This is your work area. But basically, where you must ensure, even after drawing here, you must ensure your works come to this page, to this little page, to the page or the area you have selected. This is the active page. Now this is the document page or the document area. The other empty space are work area. You can work there, but always ensure your work fall into this place when you want to, as in when you want to export or you want to save it. Do you understand? So thank you. Next one I want to share you, these are the scroll bar. They allows you to scroll vertically, and this allows you to scroll horizontally, and this another scroll bar allows you to scroll vertically. Guys, I hope you understand this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm very grateful staying with you for this while, and I want you to pass your question, your comments for any other clarity, and I want you to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for being there. I'll see you later. Bye for now.